Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl, and welcome back to my studio. Today, we're going to make something. Join me for the next tutorial starting right now. In video part 1, I showed you how to make the full hexagon motif worked in rounds. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make some of the partial motifs that we use in this design. And we're going to work back and forth in rows, meaning we're going to turn our work at the end of each row. The two-sided partial motif also starts with a chain 5. And slip stitch to the 5th chain from your hook to form a ring. Row 1 begins with a chain 1 and single crochet in the ring, chain 5, and single crochet in the ring. We're going to do that chain 5 single 4 times total. This is what your work should look like at the end of row 1. Row 2 begins by turning your work and slip stitching into the first chain 5 space, chain 1, single crochet in the same space, chain 5, and single crochet in the next chain 5 space. You want to repeat this all the way across. And this is what your work should look like at the end of row 2. You should have 3 chain 5 spaces. Row 3 begins with slip stitching into the first chain 5 space. So we'll turn our work, slip stitch into the first space, chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet, 4 more double crochets in that same space, chain 3, and 5 double crochets in the next chain 5 space. And repeat that across. This is what your work should look like at the end of row 3. You should have 2 chain 3 spaces and 3 sets of 5 double crochets. Row 4 begins by turning your work and slip stitching into the center double crochet of that first set of 5 double crochets. Chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet, then work double crochet in that same stitch, chain 6, slip stitch to the 5th chain from your hook, chain 1, and 2 double crochets in that same stitch. Like that. Chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, and in the next double crochet work 2 double crochets, chain 6, single crochet or slip stitch in the 5th chain from your hook, chain 1, and 2 double crochets in the same stitch. You want to repeat this one more time or all the way across. And this is what your work should look like at the end of row 4. Row 5 begins with turning your work and slip stitching across and into the first chain 5 space, chain 3, and 2 double crochet cluster in that same space. Yarn over your hook, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook in the same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We now have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on our hook. The chain 3 and 2 double crochet cluster counts as our first beginning 3 double crochet cluster. Chain 9, single crochet in the next single crochet, chain 9, and in the next chain 5 space work a 3 double crochet cluster. 3 double crochet clusters, yarn over your hook, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. Do that 2 more times in the same space. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops on your hook. You want to repeat chain 9, single, chain 9, 3 double crochet, cluster one more time. This is what your work should look like at the end of row 5. You should have 3 cluster stitches and 4 chain 9 spaces. Row 6 begins with a chain 6, which counts as a double crochet chain 3. Turn your work and double crochet in that same first stitch. Chain 2, 5 double crochets in the next chain 9 space. Chain 3, 5 double crochets in the next chain 9 space. Chain 2, then double crochet, chain 3 double crochet in the next cluster stitch. You want to repeat chain 2, 5 doubles, chain 3, 5 doubles, chain 2, double crochet, chain 3 double crochet one more time. This is what your work should look like at the end of row 6. Row 7 begins with turning our work, slip stitching into the first chain 3 space and working chain 6, which counts as a double crochet chain 3 and double crochet in that same space. Chain 5, skip the first double crochet and double crochet in the next double crochet. Chain 7, skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in the next. Chain 7, skip the chain 3 and single crochet in the next double crochet. Chain 7, skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in the next one. Chain 5, and then double crochet, chain 3 double crochet in the next chain 3 space. Okay, so at this point I would normally tell you to repeat from the chain 5. The repeat is chain 5 single, chain 7 single, chain 7 single, chain 7 single, chain 5, and double crochet, chain 3 double crochet. And you would want to repeat that for the second half of this two-sided motif. But I thought this was also a great opportunity to show you how to join the motifs together. So in the pattern, it'll explain to you that when you're joining on this final row or round, depending on whichever motif you're making, the full 6-sided motif in the rounds or either of these two partial motifs, the 4-sided and the 2-sided, it's the same joining technique throughout. In every chain 3 space, it gets replaced with a chain 3 join. Every chain 5 gets replaced with a chain 5 join, and every chain 7 space gets replaced with a chain 7 join. So let me show you how to do that. So we'll start with this corner here, which is the double crochet, chain 3 double crochet. We're going to replace that chain 3 with a chain 3 join. Chain 3 join is chain 1, slip stitch to the adjacent motif's chain 3 space, chain 1, and then work in our established pattern, which was then to bring the double crochet in that same space. Then the next section of the pattern is a chain 5. It's going to be replaced with a chain 5 join, which is chain 2, slip stitch to the adjacent chain 5 space, chain 2, and that chain 2 slip stitch chain 2 counts as an equivalent of our same chain 5 space. Then we'll single crochet in our working motif. Then next is a chain 7 space. We're going to change it to a chain 7 join, which is chain 3, slip stitch in the adjacent motif's chain 7 space, chain 3, skip 3 doubles and single crochet in the next. I'm going to set my work down now so you can start to see what's happening here. See how we're doing our same stitch pattern but also joining it to the adjacent motif as we go by replacing our chain spaces with their equivalent chain space joins. So next up is a chain 7 space. We're going to replace it with a chain 7 join, which is, this is all written out in the pattern as well. Chain 3, slip stitch, chain 3, and single. Next up is another chain 7 join, so we'll chain 3, slip stitch, chain 3, single crochet. Set my work down again so you can continue to see how we're joining more of the motif and working our stitch pattern at the same time. Almost like magic, right? Okay, and then next up is a chain 5. So it's a chain 5 join, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2. Then our last repeat, our last section is a double crochet, chain 3 double crochet. So we'll do the double crochet, then chain 3 is replaced with a chain 3 join, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, and double crochet. And then you can fasten off. Make sure you follow the link in the video description to download this gorgeous pattern with multiple charts and written instructions. Also, you'll find links to all the videos in this series for making the Bali Crochet Motif pullover. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, please feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you in the next video.